We have all seen bad acting. We have seen it in B-movies, in soap operas, and in awkward commercials. We know what fake tears look like. We know what forced emotion looks like. But what happens when the acting is happening in real life, at a crime scene, surrounded by yellow tape and police officers? Imagine a beautiful young woman standing on the street corner of her own neighborhood. She is hysterical, she is sobbing, her body is shaking uncontrollably. A police sergeant is holding her upright because she looks like she is about to faint. He looks her in the eye and delivers the worst news a wife can hear. "I'm sorry, ma'am, there has been an incident. Your husband, he didn't make it, he's dead." The woman lets out a wail of pure agony. She buries her face in the officer's chest. She screams, "No, no, not Mike." To anyone watching, the neighbors, the news crews, this is a tragedy. A young widow shattered by a random act of violence. It is heartbreaking. It is raw. But there is one problem with this scene. The police officer is lying. The crime scene tape is a prop. The ambulance has no body in it. And the husband, he isn't dead, he isn't even hurt. He is sitting in a police car just a few hundred yards away, watching his wife cry on a video monitor. He is watching her mourn a death that she paid $7,000 to orchestrate. This is the story of Dalia Dippolito. It is the story of the most elaborate, cinematic, and satisfying sting operation in the history of law enforcement. It is the story of a woman who thought she was the director of her own reality show, only to realize too late that she was the villain in a true crime documentary. If you enjoy watching arrogance get destroyed by evidence, if you love the moment the mask slips and the monster is revealed, please hit that subscribe ** button right now. You need to hear this story because it features the single greatest gotcha moment ever captured on camera. To understand the betrayal, we have to look at the couple. Michael Dippolito was a man with a past. He was a convicted felon. He had been involved in investment scams. He had done time. But he had turned his life around. He was out on probation. He was making good money in real estate and marketing. He had bought a nice townhouse in Boynton Beach, Florida. He was ready to settle down. Then he met Dalia Mohammed. Dalia was 26 years old. She was stunning. She had long dark hair, a perfect smile, and a magnetic personality. To Mike, she seemed like a dream. She didn't care about his past. She seemed to love him for who he was. They got married quickly. Mike thought he had won the lottery. He spoiled her. He bought her gifts. He transferred the deed of his house into her name because, due to his restitution payments, it was safer in her name. He gave her everything. But Dalia didn't want a husband. She wanted an ATM. And more importantly, she wanted the house. But she had a problem. Mike was still there. She started trying to get him arrested. She would plant drugs in his car. She hoped the police would find them, revoke his probation, and send him back to prison for 20 years. Mike was confused. Why do the cops keep pulling me over? He wondered. But Mike was slippery. He didn't get caught, or he talked his way out of it. The prison plan wasn't working. So Dalia decided to escalate. She didn't want him in a cell. She wanted him in a box. Before she hired a gunman, she tried to do it herself. Mike started feeling sick. He felt groggy. He felt like he was constantly drugged. At one point, he decided to stop drinking the tea Dalia made for him. He didn't know it at the time, but Dalia was spiking his drinks with antifreeze. But Mike was resilient. He didn't die. Dalia grew impatient. She reached out to an old boyfriend, a man named Mohammed Shihade. She told him, "I need to get rid of Mike. I need a hitman." Mohammed was shocked. He thought she was venting. But she was persistent. "Do you know someone? I'll pay." Mohammed Shahade faced a choice. He could walk away, or he could save a life. He went to the Boynton Beach Police Department. "My ex-girlfriend is trying to kill her husband," he told them. The police were skeptical. It sounded like a lover's quarrel. "She's serious," Mohammed insisted. "She's talking about buying a gun." The police decided to test her. They set up a trap. They told Mohammed, "Tell her you found someone. Tell her you found a professional hitman." Mohammed agreed to wear a wire. The police selected Officer Whitey Jean to play the role of the hitman. Whitey Jean was perfect. He was a big guy. He looked intimidating. He could play the part of a ruthless killer. They set up the meeting in a CVS parking lot. The police wired Officer Jean's car, a red convertible with hidden cameras and microphones. Dalia arrived. She got into the car. Usually when people try to hire a hitman, they are nervous. They use code words. They say, "I want him taken care of." Dalia Dippolito was not nervous. She was eager. The conversation that followed is chilling. "Officer Jean, the hitman, are you sure you want to do this? There's no turning back." "Dalia, I'm sure." "Officer Jean, I'm going to put 2 bullets in his head. It's going to be messy." "Dalia, that's fine." "Officer Jean, you're not going to change your mind." Dalia looked him dead in the eye and said the line that would seal her fate. "I am 5,000% sure." She discussed the price, $7,000. She discussed the alibi. She would go to the gym. She discussed the timeline. She gave him pictures of Mike. She told him Mike's schedule. She was handing over her husband's life like she was ordering a pizza. August 5, 2009, the day of the murder. Dalia left the house in the morning to go to the gym, just as planned. She believed that while she was on the treadmill, the hitman would enter her home and execute Mike. But as soon as she left, the Boynton Beach police swarmed the house. They knocked on the door. Mike Dippolito answered. Imagine his confusion. A dozen cops at his door. "Sir, you need to come with us," they said. "What did I do?" Mike asked. He thought Dalia had planted drugs again. "You didn't do anything," the sergeant said. "But we need to tell you something. Your wife hired someone to kill you." Mike didn't believe it. "No way, not Dalia." "We have it on tape," they said. "Come with us." They took Mike away. Then the crime scene unit went to work. They turned Mike's house into a Hollywood set. They put up yellow crime scene tape around the front yard. They parked a police cruiser with flashing lights in the driveway. They parked an ambulance in front of the house. They even brought in a fake crime scene investigator, CSI, in a white hazmat suit to take pictures of evidence. The stage was set. It was time for the leading lady to arrive. The police called Dalia at the gym. "Mrs. Dippolito, you need to come home immediately. There has been an incident." Dalia rushed home. As she turned the corner onto her street, the dashboard camera of the police car recorded her arrival. She saw the lights. She saw the tape. She pulled over. Sergeant Frank Ramsey approached her car. This was the moment of truth. Dalia got out. "What happened?" she screamed. "Is it Mike?" Sergeant Ramsey played his part perfectly. He looked somber. "Ma'am, I'm sorry to tell you this. Your husband has been killed." Dalia Dippolito collapsed. She started wailing. She was sobbing, shaking, gasping for air. No, no, Mike. She clung to the officer. She looked devastated. It was a performance worthy of an Academy Award. If you didn't know better, you would want to hug her. You would want to cry with her. But Sergeant Ramsey knew. He was holding her up, patting her back, probably thinking, "You are the most cold-blooded person I have ever met." He led her to the police car. She sat in the back, still crying, still playing the role of the grieving widow. Meanwhile, just down the street, Mike Dippolito was sitting in another car, watching the whole thing. He watched his wife cry over his death. His heart broke, and then it turned to ice. The police took Dalia to the station. They put her in an interrogation room. She kept up the act. She was crying. She was asking who did this, find who did this. Detective Whitey Jean, the hitman, walked into the room. But he wasn't dressed as a hitman anymore. He was dressed as a cop. Dalia didn't recognize him at first, or maybe she was confused. The detectives let her spin her web. They asked her if she knew anyone who would want to hurt Mike. She listed his enemies. She listed his past business partners. She threw everyone under the bus except herself. Then the mood in the room changed. The detective looked at her. "Dalia," he said, "we know." Dalia looked confused. "Know what?" "We know you hired someone." Dalia denied it instantly. "I would never. I love Mike." The detective sighed. "Dalia, do you want to see something?" He turned on a monitor. He played the video. The video of her sitting in the red convertible. The video of her saying, "I am 5,000% sure." Dalia watched herself on the screen. Most people, when caught red-handed like this, would confess. They would cry real tears. They would ask for a lawyer. Dalia Dippolito did not confess. She simply said, "That's not real, I didn't do that." She denied the reality that was playing right in front of her face. Then came the final blow. The detective stood up. "Dalia, there is someone who wants to see you." He opened the door. And in walked Michael Dippolito. Alive, unharmed, and furious. Dalia's face went blank. She didn't look happy that he was alive. She looked annoyed. Mike stood over her. "You tried to kill me," he said. Dalia looked at him and said, "Come here, please, come here." She tried to use her charm. She tried to touch him. Mike stepped back. "Don't touch me." Dalia said, "I didn't do anything, Mike. It wasn't me." Even with the husband she murdered standing in front of her, she kept lying. Dalia was arrested. She was charged with solicitation to commit first-degree murder. The evidence was overwhelming. The video, the audio, the money, the staged crime scene reaction. It was an open and shut case. But Dalia Dippolito didn't want to go to prison. So she hired a lawyer and came up with a defense strategy so bizarre, so audacious, that the entire world stopped to watch. Her defense was, "I was acting." She claimed that she and Mike were trying to get on a reality TV show. She claimed that the meeting with the hitman was a scripted scene. She was rehearsing for a pilot episode to get famous. She claimed she knew the hitman was fake the whole time. She claimed the tears at the crime scene were just her acting chops to see if she could sell the drama. She essentially argued, "I wasn't trying to kill him. I was trying to become a Kardashian." It was a strategy that insulted the intelligence of everyone in the courtroom. But it was all she had. She tried to say Mike was in on it. Mike took the stand. "I was absolutely not in on it. She tried to kill me." The first trial in 2011 resulted in a conviction. She was sentenced to 20 years. But Dalia got lucky. An appellate court overturned the verdict due to a technicality with jury selection. She got a second trial. The second trial in 2016. Same evidence, same video. But this time the jury deadlocked, 4-2, mistrial. Dalia was free on house arrest. She was living in her mom's house, raising a baby she had while out on bail, another strategy to gain sympathy. It seemed like she might actually get away with it. The third trial in 2017. The prosecution was tired of the games. They focused hard on the 5,000% sure line. They focused on the tears. They asked the jury, if this was a reality show, where were the cameras? Where was the producer? Where was the contract? There was nothing, just a woman in a red convertible ordering a hit. This time the jury didn't blink. Guilty. Dalia listened to the verdict. She didn't cry this time. She looked stoic. The judge sentenced her to asterisk 16 years in prison. Why does the Dalia Dippolito case go viral every single year? Because it exposes the darkness of human nature in high definition. We see the narcissism. Dalia didn't just want Mike dead, she wanted to be the asterisk victim of his death. She wanted the sympathy. She wanted the house. She wanted the money. She wanted to play the grieving widow role so badly that she practiced it. And the sting operation, it is a masterpiece of police work. Usually, police arrest the suspect before the fake murder. In this case, they let it play out. They let her see the tape. They let her see the ambulance. They gave her exactly what she asked for, just to see how she would react. And her reaction proved her guilt more than any DNA evidence ever could. Her tears were the confession. Dalia Dippolito is currently sitting in a Florida prison. She is scheduled for release in 2032. She still maintains her innocence. She still claims it was a prank, a script, a misunderstanding. But the world knows the truth. We saw the tape. We saw the 5,000%. It serves as a reminder that cameras are everywhere. And if you try to hire a hitman in the 21st century, there is a very good chance that the man you are talking to is wearing a badge, and the car you are sitting in is a mobile recording studio. This story is the definition of play stupid games, win stupid prizes. The look on her face when Mike walked into that room is priceless. Do you think her reality TV defense was clever or just desperate? And do you think 16 years is enough for what she tried to do? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you love stories where the bad guy gets totally outsmarted by the police, please hit that asterisk like asterisk button. And subscribe asterisk. I have a story coming next week about a man who tried to fake his own death by canoeing into the ocean, but turned up alive 5 years later buying a house next door to his wife. Stay safe, watch who you trust, and remember, if it feels like a movie, it might be a sting.